I'm Rosemary Thompson, originally from Jamaica, and I wrote the play The Power of Prayer. This play came about through a vision. I actually had a very bad ending to 2015. It was so bad, I just felt like every devil from hell had been let go on me. I really didn't know why, but I just found myself in such a situation that it was unbelievable that all these attacks would just come at you at once for just no reason. You know, people were lying, I was rejected, just just the way it made me feel. I actually felt sick at one point. I didn't even want to get out of bed. And it was the end of December, and I went to church. And my pastor told me, and he said he was going to talk about synergy. Synergy is, I am my brother's keeper. I did not want to be my brother's keeper, not with what I was going through. So, you know, I kind of locked that out of my mind, deciding that I'm just not going to deal with anyone. Because he decided he's going to put us into a group where we are now sitting with people face to face. And I decided to myself, that's how it's going to be? Well, we will see, because I decided I was not going to talk. I wasn't going to say anything to anybody. And that's how it went. We were sitting in the group and they were talking. People were giving their they were just discussing about being my brother's keeper and how we should look out for each other. The funniest thing, it was all over and we were coming home. And as I was going home, I realized that just the people who were in the group, just looking at them and interacting, watching them interact, I could tell the personality of each person. And then I heard a voice said to me, you know them, but do they know you? And that it just went on for hours. I could feel it. It was like just keep going on in my head over and over and over. And I got home the night, and when I got home, I felt like somebody was watching me. And it was so real that somebody was watching me that when I was going downstairs, I turned back and I got a baton. That if in case there was really somebody was downstairs, if he didn't have a gun, then there was going to be a fight. So I went downstairs, and as I'm going down, I'm putting on the lights to make sure, you know, I could see all the dark areas. And on my way coming back, which normally if I'm going downstairs, I wouldn't do that. But that night, it was just as if somebody is watching me. I could literally feel the eyes on me. And I was coming back upstairs, and I'm not sure if I said it out loud or it was in my mind, but I remember saying, I feel like somebody is watching me. And I heard a voice said, I am watching you. And it was an audible voice. It sounded like, the sound of it was like somebody talking in the air. That's the best way I could describe it. But there was no one there. And it wasn't like a ghost or anything, but I knew the voice was unusual. And I was standing up there and I just began to cry. Because to hear a voice as plain as that, and you could tell that there was some meaning to this, I just broke down and I started to cry. I walked over to the mirror because I was standing at the door at this point. So I walked over to my mirror and the voice said, look at yourself in the mirror. I didn't do it. And then it said it to me again. He said, look at yourself. And I looked at myself, and then the voice said to me, that is who you are. Because sometimes I feel that there are all these parts to me that I really don't know. So I guess he just wanted me to know, this is really who you are. Accept yourself. Don't take it what people are saying that you are or you are not. Just, this is who you are. One of the things he said to me, and this was the most touching. He said, I know you won't believe it, but I have chosen you. And that was like the sweetest thing I've ever heard in my life. I heard the voice said to me, write a play. I said, write a play? Now, I'm the type of person, when I know when God speaks. And if you tell me to write a play, you don't have to tell me twice. I decide I'm going to write a play. So the next morning, I took my laptop and I began to write. And I remember writing the names of the characters. There's one character, and that's this Tool. I don't remember why Tool stood out to me, but Tool was one of the characters that stood out to me. Now, in the play, Tool was a Caucasian female. And I don't know if that was the reason why, because she was not originally cast as that character. I called her and I gave her because I just loved her feature. And I don't know if that was the meaning why Tool took on such a meaning to me, but all the other characters are just characters that I have written. This one night I was coming out, I had formed the characters, and I said to him, "What am I writing about?" And he said to me, and these are, he's speaking plainly to me when I'm speaking because we do have a relationship. This is not just a one-time situation. We have a relationship. And he said to me, "End every scene with a prayer." And that's how the play became The Power of Prayer. And there were times that I would go to the rehearsal and I would say to my director, "Oh, that was really a good part. I like that part about it," when he came in and he did that part. And she would say, "No, you wrote that." That is just a clear indication that I did not write the play, because there were parts in the play during rehearsal that I had seen and I can't recall writing it. To me, this was a direct inspiration from God to write the play. I remember as I was writing, as we were doing the rehearsal, I would go in each night and I would talk to him about the play. I would pray for my characters. I would pray for them just urgently and just earnestly pray for them. And I remember one night as I was praying for them, I was asking him, I said, "Lord, let this play be a play that would really touch the heart of people." I said, "I want people to get something from this. I want one soul to be saved from this. I want it to touch somebody in a way where it's beyond just a theatrical movement or a theatrical thing. I want it to be a message." And I would pray for that every single night. And the funniest thing that during the night when we had the play, I literally hear people came up to me and told me how the play affected them, how it touched them. I have watched people literally cried tears. And to me, that shows that when God speaks and when he tells you he's going to do something, if you have faith enough to believe him and you trust him, because I did this play completely on faith. I did not have a budget. I got up every single day and I would trust him. And when doubt would come in my mind about how I'm going to pay, I would just use the word, "Lord, I trust you." And like a scene out of a movie, it would just happen. And he would make that provision for me.